What's up, y'all? It's Deep Talk with T, episode 4. Today's topic of discussion is meditation. Meditation. What is meditation? Obviously, this is my perspective because everything is my perspective when it's coming from me. But it relates back to the first episode where I talked about enlightenment and the canvas of consciousness that we all are. So, in my cosmology, my way of seeing the world, humans are 3 layers roughly, with a 4th layer that is the essence of who and what we are. The first layer is the physical. It's very obvious, it's very tangible. It's the most obvious thing about us is that we exist physically. There is a mental layer we are all aware of. If you imagine a polar bear and you can see a polar bear in your mind's eye, or a rose, or anything that occurs in your mental landscape, your mind's eye, so to speak, that is your mental layer, the second layer. There's the emotional layer where you feel things, emotional things that are different from the physical sensations that you feel, or the mental sensations that you feel. So those 3 layers, physical, mental, and emotional, we're all pretty aware of the fact that we inhabit those layers of experience. But the fourth layer, the essence of who and what each of us is. Again, these are all finger pointers. So the finger pointing at the moon is not the moon, but that awareness, that consciousness, that presence that allows you to experience all those other layers. That is the layer that meditation gets in touch with, and is the practice of getting in touch with, in my perspective. So any meditation technique that anyone teaches or talks about, if it's really meditation, that is the purpose of it, is to point you towards yourself. Because you can get in touch with that layer in any given experience. So if you are, for example, there are eating meditations where you slow down the process of consumption, you take in all the sensual elements of the experience, from the seeing of it if you're able to see, and the touching of it if you're able to feel touch, smelling of it before you consume it, hearing a wrapper if you unfold it, or if there's anything to it that has an auditory element of the experience, and obviously the tasting element. All of those things are layers of experience, and your presence, the presence that you are, enables you to experience all those other layers. So anytime you're having, life is an experience of those things. Life is an experience of the physical, mental, and emotional sort. They interact, and a physical experience can leave you with a mental experience, and an emotional experience. An emotional experience can leave you with the physical symptoms. They all interact. And meditation is the practice of presence, is the practice of getting in touch with that element of yourself that enables you to experience all the other elements, all the other layers. So obviously I encourage anybody and everybody who is watching this to engage in that practice, because it only makes your life more full. It's the whole stop and smell the roses quote that gets tossed around. That is, to some degree, what that is encouraging or preaching, is to become present. Is in any given moment you are there. It's always the now. and you are always where you are at. So embracing that as the reality of your experience. It's the benefits are too loaded to try to list them off or exhaust a list ever in this video or in any video, because it's truly endless, the benefits that come with practicing presence, on all levels. When you practice presence with your body, you'll notice certain things feel good and certain things don't feel good. And you practice presence with your mind, you become more aware of your thoughts, more mindful. You become aware of your emotions. All the awareness transforms. Awareness transforms just by the act of being aware. If you don't believe me, practice it. I guarantee you it does. So, yeah. Again, this is all my perspective, man. But it's the reality that I've experienced, and it's just a certain universal. There's just a universalness to it. There's a universality, if that's a word. There's an ability for this stuff to be applied to everybody, because it's not specific to men or women or me or you. It's the case for everybody who is in a human body. The awareness that you are is how you experience it. If somebody can tell me otherwise, please educate me. But yeah, get in touch with yourself and see where it leads you.